Hello. Let's just check. There we go. Right. So, welcome. Happy New Year. Welcome to the first stream of 2025. New Year's resolution, stream more. I didn't stream a lot for the last few weeks, mainly because of Menhera problems. Just thought, you know what, screw it. Call this whole year a wash and then try again next one. And of course, it is the next year, so let's have a go. Face Connect Game Jam. I did manage to get something out, but unfortunately, Unity keeps. Unity either includes a Trojan in the builds, or it's a false positive on Windows. Most likely the latter. However, if it being a false positive doesn't stop the browser from blocking it when it's downloaded. So I don't want to lose what little goodwill I still have, or rather, don't want to lose what little goodwill I have. So I've decided that I'm probably not going to be releasing something. I'm going to have one last go at it probably tomorrow morning. And if I can't get it working, without viruses, then, or rather without triggering the virus detection, then I'm just not going to bother. Which kind of sucks, but, that's the way things work sometimes. So, today we will be working on the battle system for the Unity port. Not really, well, I suppose you could call it a port of Tempus Chronicle. It's yeah, that previous game that I worked on, the other dungeon crawler, Labyrinth, Hollow Labyrinth, whatever you want to call it. I really quickly realised that I was just running away from Tempus Chronicle, and I'd actually done more stuff on Tempus Chronicle, even if you do count the fact that I've pretty much chucked out the entirety of the entirety of what I was working on in terms of Godot, because I've still got scripts, I've still got skills, I've still got some portraits, but I've only got the enemies imported so far. So far this is the... God damn it, hang on. Yeah, I probably should have checked if this worked before streaming. Come to think of it. Right. Battle model does not contain a definition for initialize action queue. Of course it doesn't, because it no longer exists. Yeah. So I've tried to have another. I'm probably going to. I'm going to rewrite the battle system. So instead of being an auto battler, it's just going to be bog standard turn based. You've got your turn order up here, but the main difference with this battle system is that the game pauses. The battle sort of pauses whenever it's someone's turn to go. It pauses whenever one of the players was. It prompts the user for the player's input, and then it prompts the player for their input, and then it uses that, and it goes until the next player character when it's his turn. So yeah, what I've done so far is not much. I've got all the view components. It's just a case of hooking them up to the battle model. So this is going to be an MVP pattern model view presenter. So you see I've got my master canvas, which is acting as the view. You've got the presenter, which is self-explanatory, and the battle model, which is also self-explanatory. So the way the MVP pattern works is that this view and this model are separate. They're linked together by this presenter, but by themselves they're separate. Let's just add these components. I haven't had the opportunity to do it because I've had compiler errors out the wazoo for way too many lot. Here we go, Monster Battle Party, that's what it's called. Just hook these up. So as far as these are concerned, we've got our entities, they've got entity infos which get imported by this dummy battle scene. So the way I think it's going to work is that the battle scene is going to be loaded on top of the dungeon, so it saves us from having to do too much. If you win the battle, yeah, if you've won the battle, you want to get back into the other part of the loop as soon as possible. I've had a test, and loading this scene, the battle scene by itself, doesn't take too long. Plus, there's going to need to be some communication between scenes, as the player's party. Let's say, I don't know, you make a change in the player's party, you choose one of their skills and you move it to a different slot, let's say. You do need to mirror that change in the actual battle. And the other way around, if you take damage during a battle and don't heal it, you want that to be shown on the dungeon's UI status. So it might be that I have the battle scene and the dungeon scene loaded at the same time, and I don't unload any of them until you go back to the staging area. But I do need to work it out, because you can have multiple scenes loaded in Unity. As I've got right now, I've got a dummy camera which presents a main camera event system. This is because we don't have the dungeon scene loaded, and that has the event system and the main camera. What else? We've got this dummy battle which basically starts a battle just so I don't have to go into the dungeon and have to hunt down one of the monsters and start a battle with it. That's mainly because I haven't implemented the enemy dungeon symbols yet. So it's going to work like the same thing as last time. Every enemy is an FOE of sorts, like in Labyrinth of Galeria, Labyrinth of Refrain. And your bosses and mini-bosses are going to be these massive stationary symbols, whatever you want to call them. And yeah, we'll try and work them there. I'm tempted to put in another way of leveling. So instead of having character levels, we instead have it more Zelda style, if that makes sense. So instead of defeating enemies to gain levels, you find stuff in the dungeon, and that boosts your stats. So it'd be kind of like Chrono Cross, but more like Zelda in a way. What else? Also, instead of having to grind, I want to stop grinding on the enemies, if that makes sense. How do I word it? Hi, Hilly. So each monster would have these pseudo achievements, let's call them, like kill 5 of the enemy, or kill kill at least 3 of the enemy in less than 10 seconds or whatever. Zelda but Chrono Cross. No, I'm just thinking more of the I'm thinking more about character progression rather than the game as a whole. So, you know, in traditional RPGs, you fight enemies, gain experience points, and when you gain enough experience points, you level up. Instead, you find stuff in the dungeon, you explore the dungeon, you find stuff, and that boosts your stats. I know Chrono Cross has it, you fight bosses, and that boosts your stats, you know, by themselves. Chrono Cross, I've been a while since I played it. It has these star levels or what have you, but I'm getting ahead of myself. But in this game, I'm thinking each enemy has their own pseudo achievement. Like I said, kill 5 of them, or inflict at least however many damage to them, or so on and so forth. And then as soon as you fulfill those, you get a boost to every party member's stats. So, like, one achievement would boost the dexterity, the other one would boost their max HP, another one would boost, say, the primary stat of the equipped class, or something like that. And some might actually unlock skills as well. Probably the bosses. The bosses would give you the good stuff, you know, unlocking skills or classes by themselves. There's Cap that you just had to beat a boss to break. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. But yeah, it sounds like a different kind of grinding. Yeah, I mean, what I want to do is that I want to discourage them grinding in the same spot. Because, you know, that's just boring. No one wants to do. Well, I think some people might want to do that, but I don't. Yeah, you want to fulfill your objectives with one set of enemies and then move on to another. It just sort of introduces variety into the grind, if that makes sense. Because I remember playing through Labyrinth of Galeria, and for the end game, you had to grind all of your party members to level 99, and then you had to sort of prestige them, and then you had to prestige them, and just so they get more stats, then you have to grind them to 99 again, and then again. And yeah, that was just boring as hell, because it's just one of those things that you did, yeah, when you just need to do something extremely boring to go to sleep. And yeah, that's the sort of thing that I want to involve the player a bit more active, you know. RPG called Manakemia. I've heard of that. That's where the Atelier series comes from, don't it? Or is it the same developer, or I don't know. I know that Manakemia and the Atelier series are sort of linked, but you gain stats by gathering different items which had to get drops. I might have to play that, actually, because that kind of sounds like what I'm doing, but instead of drops, I think it's the same devs. Ah, yes, okay. Yeah, because I know it's quite old, so yeah, I might actually play through that if I can find a acquire a copy. Right. So we have our entities. They have an info. Well, they don't have an info. It needs to be populated by this entity here. Kind of remind me of FF10 and the Sphere Grid. Yeah, but with FF10 you still had to grind for those levels that let you move around the grid. So it's so FF10 would be sort of like a halfway house between, you know, what you're describing and you know, more traditional RPGs, if you want to talk about that, I don't know. So this is a dummy player party. it has a combat sprite, it has an action list sprite, so this would populate this. So it's just a case of taking all of these and plugging them into player party. Now I know that I know that each player entity is going to have this same structure. They have basic skills, which is your attack, defend, weight, your active skills, which is that, and then your passive skills. Before I forget, I'm going to make a prefab of it. Then I'm going to call this player field entity. Drag that in. Now I need to go into I need to open the prefab. Player entity active skills. Yeah. And then these would be an entity active skill slot. And do I have an entity passive skill slot? I know I've made like a bunch of dummy classes that I need to actually, you know, put some stuff in. Entity active skill slot. Final Fantasy Legend of the Four Heroes, where enemies drop gems and you have to fill a crown full of them in order to upgrade. Okay. Wait, is that... I'm thinking of something else. The Warriors of... No, that's the Warriors of Light that I was thinking of. I don't think of... 3DS game. Oh, yeah. No, the Warriors of Light, that was on the Game Boy, I believe. No, I haven't heard of that. Entity passive skill slot. Now, the way I did this before was that the effects would be, if I can remember this right, each effect could be applied permanently or, well, not permanently, but passively or actively when it would run out in a bit in a given amount of time, and that's how it was distinguished between active and passive. I'm not sure if... I don't know. Because the field entity... No, we're working on field entities. Field entities shouldn't have passive effect. Well, they should have passive effects applied. Wait, what am I'm talking out my arse. They should have passive effects applied. Very strange one. Something like a prequel to Bravely Default. Now, Bravely Default I have played and completed. So yeah, I do know what that is. Yeah, I liked Bravely Default. The kind of remind me, well, it's supposed to remind you of old school Final Fantasies. I did this playthrough where everyone had to be the same job for some reason. So as soon as I unlocked the mage job, all the entire party had to be mages. And not mages, black mages, that's what I meant to say. Okay. I reckon that this active skills and passive skills are going to share a lot of code. Let's do the basic skills. Basic skills is just going to be active skills though. So you've got attack, defend, weight, switch, row, and then you've got 4 skills of the player's choice. I'm using 4 because stuff like Shin Megami Tensei has 8. However, that has a party size of 4. This one has a party size of 6. So I don't want to. I want to make sure that the player uses synergy in their parties without, and just instead of just having one guy, steamroll throughout the whole game. That might end up happening, but I want to make it an attempt to stop it. So each skill slot has a skill as a child, and this skill has effects as game objects. So all of these are game objects. The way step mechanics work allow for less running. Some FF games allow for low level runs if you knew what you were doing. Yeah. Now, which Final Fantasy has the one which has this ridiculous amount of restrictions and they keep, no 10. It was that one. No sphere grid, no mixing, none of this, none of that. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. But I suppose it is a single-player game. Well, I'm planning on making a single-player game, so it really shouldn't matter if you can break it. I mean, you just need to make the breaking stuff, not too obvious. If the player says, "Oh yeah, I've broken this game," they're going to feel really smug about themselves. And have a good, opinion of the game itself if it makes them feel that way. What am I talking about? Okay, so the main difference between this and the Godot is that skills are going to be game objects instead of resources, or scriptable objects, if you want to use gay Unity parlance. So when a battle starts, the FF8 had scaling enemies which discourage leveling up. Yeah, but FF8 just had junction grinding and triple triad grinding, so it's just like grinding by any other name, I suppose, if you want to call it that. Yeah, I mean, all right, I'll be honest, I've only played through a few hours of FF8, like 2 or 3 hours, so I don't really know what I'm talking about. But I read online that you there's this. I read this one method where you use triple triad to break the game or something like that. Yeah. I mean, no, man. I appreciate you throwing ideas out. Don't think I'm shooting you down or anything. Effect 0. So the attack would just have a damage effect, but then it should match the weapon, which I don't have. No, this was in the previous one. The damage effect needs to scale off the weapon. Or weapon scaling effect. Have that as an interface. So model, skills, active. Here's our damage effect class. It scales off stats, but not. And then I made a weapon damage effect, and then I chucked that out. I know what the idea is, but damn if I know an actual solution. Well, yeah, that's my that's my job, which I'm not doing that well, to be quite honest. Well, I mean, I've got several months, so it's not too bad. So this scales off stats. However, we need a weapon modifier. So this base power would be that. So here's our scaling. Get damage. We need to introduce the. We need to introduce the guy's weapon. No. What am I talking about? No. Weapons give stats. Not weapons. Well, equipment gives stats, and we get away with that. But then the attack should, which brings us back to the weapon damage effect. So this fireball, let's say someone casts fireball. If they have a sword, I don't want the fireball to scale off their guy's strength, because that wouldn't make sense. Some gacha games had like gems and such that allowed you to level up new characters really fast, skipping a lot of grinding. So something like Final Fantasy XIV's armory system, where if you have a class that's a higher level than the class that you're currently playing, you get an EXP bonus. Something like that. Yeah, but I mean, gacha games, you can. I mean, I know how it is to Honkai Star Rail and Genshin Impact. You can buy, the stuff you need to ascend. I believe they call it ascend your characters in the shop. I mean, I wouldn't know, because I don't spend money on those sorts of things anymore. So, okay. So, what if I called it a direct damage effect and then weapon scaling damage effect, which is going to be the same on there? And then the... So... So weapon scaling damage effect would... Hang on, let me... Where's this damage effect? There you are. Bring this onto the other monitor. A lot of RPGs do give level ups for completing quests. Giving stat boosts for the same size like we want to would mean a lot of writing quests. Yeah, you're right. Although, at first I thought the scenario would mean that, you're going into a dungeon by yourself and you're trying to find a lost civilization, so why would the NPCs, you'd need a sort of reason for the NPCs being in the dungeon. But what we could do is have people find an artifact and maybe journals and audio logs, but that still means writing. Yeah. Well, I'm going to probably take on a artist So it'll probably just be I need to take on a writer as well. Right, where am I? Weapon skin damage effect. So we'll need Simulate the field. Why are there fireworks? There's fireworks going on outside and they're a bloody day late. Well, no, 17 hours late. But whatever. No, it's not private, it's public int base power. Get set. Collected staff of random junk plus 3 magic on all characters is relevant to. Maybe that, and maybe have you take it to this this ley line to charge it first, or something like that. So we have a base power, but then we'll need to. Okay, so if it inherits, sorry, has that. Days after New Year's and sometimes a few days before. Yeah, I mean, I know they happen, it's just why? Why do I want to return? I want to return true for now. Then public private float get scaling. So just be var offensive scaling equals caster dot equipped weapon, and I haven't implemented items yet. I can type eventually. Caster dot get modified ability score divided by target. Is there any value in fighting enemies? Yes, because those pseudo achievements I was talking about before, those give stat bonuses as well. So if you fight, let's say, if you defeat one of the enemy, then you gain like a just beating the money spider or something. I don't know. Maybe you can get equipment from fighting enemies as well. So yeah, if you beat like 5 of a given enemy, you gain a stat boost. And if you, I don't know, kill an enemy, if you kill this specific enemy in 1 hit, you also gain a stat boost. Or if you kill 5 using the element that they're weak to, also gives a stat point. So Oh, those pseudo achievements quests kind of feels like 20 bare asses. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point, actually. Just need to make sure, though, that the that we keep anything that's reliant on RNG to a minimum. So defeat 5 of them, fair enough. However, if it's get 5 of this drop, that's a 20% chance, then that's a bit iffy, I reckon. Wait, what am I doing? For now, I'm just going to put in dummy values of strength and constitution, and then give myself a random. Yeah, so no random drops. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. Or maybe something in Etch and Odyssey where if you defeat the enemy in a certain way, you get a guaranteed drop. That drop gets guaranteed. So it, it encourages the player to diversify their builds. Debug.log to do equipped weapon scaling. And the get damage can apply to and apply to. It's just going to be the same as so can I use inheritance? I can, but by the same token I don't think I need to. Maybe? I don't know. So copy paste the other stuff from there. Okay. We'll call this damage effect. Base power 10. So 10 is going to be a regular attack and be scale all the skills or whatnot off from there. Prefabs, skills. I'm going to make a folder basic. Pull this in. Modify incoming damage effect. So I want to get the basic attack, defend, wait, switch row things implemented, and just to make sure the battle system works, and then we can look at skills. That's a colon, not a semicolon. Serialize the field. Private float damage multiplier. To do apply to specific elements. Can you do flags in the inspector? Unity inspector flags. Flagged enum representation in inspector. This is from 2013. Enum mask field, enum pop-up. What are enum flags and how to use them in Unity? Idle, looking for player mover, attacking, blah 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 blah. Enum flags usage. Oh, you just give it as flags. That's fine. And then... Okay, so how do I... In Unity, the flags attribute is also being used by the editor. Okay, so you just give it flags and Unity does all the legwork for you. That's good to know. Faxel TV, hello. So yeah, we'll work out what elements we want. I think it's going to be the same as the Godot. It's going to be the same as the Godot implementation. So you'd have slash pierce blunt, fire, water, air, earth, and there was a couple more. Psychic? I don't know. I think we'll stick with the... I can count 7. Yeah, so to apply to specific elements. So some like using... No, I need to specify the elemental enum. Actually, you know what, I can do that now. It's not that much work. Elements. Element. Battle element? No, element's something, I don't know. Combat element? Yeah, we'll call it battle element. I don't like it. I don't like that name, battle element, but... Flags. Right, so none equals 0. Slash equals 1 bit shift 0. Pierce equals 1 bit shift 1. Blunt 1 bit shift 2. Fire 1 bit shift 3. Water, air, earth. I'll put psychic and almighty. Although I'm probably not going to have them. I'm probably not going to use them, but they're just there in case I do. So we can get rid of this. Make this a property as well. No, it's not damage, it's elements. Make this public as well. Var time equals time behavior equals try get component timed effect, which I haven't implemented yet, out. If this else to do apply effect passively target dot apply effect for time timed behavior dot get time, get duration, caster target, target dot apply passive effect. This timed effect, though, I don't know, because if this is a defend, it should be until the next action. So if it's a variable time effect, time behavior get duration. But but that duration's going to be contingent on what the delay is going to be. Unless, instead of this, we have the effect as its own game object, which has a timer on it, which signals a whatchamacallit? I forgot. So hang on. Effect timer. No. No. So the timed effect is going to have to create an effect timer, which doesn't necessarily count time. It just needs to send a signal that it's expired, and needs to come off. So it shouldn't be timed. Temporary effect. That sounds more accurate. Okay. But this temporary effect is an effect modifier, not an effect by itself. So something like this. I call it that. Then temporary effect be temporary effect behavior, and then apply temporary effect. So the block effect would have a modify incoming damage effect and a temporary effect behavior. Right, I just want this to compile, so System not implemented exception. For now. Okay, now that it compiles, we can go back into here. Get back here. Temporary effect behavior. Except temporary effect behavior should be an abstract class, so we can have timed effect behavior or until next action effect behavior. So we'll get rid of this. Get rid of this. Abstract class temporary effect behavior, and then effect finished, effect expired, get private set, new Unity event. And then the thing would the entity would subscribe to this effect expired event, which is exposed through the abstract class. So then the implementation, all its okay, so expire on before next action. And this is what's going to be on the block, defend, whatever you want to call it. Everything. Yeah, everything. 0.75. I don't know. Nah, that's a bit much. Half incoming damage. Okay. Expire before next action behavior, so this needs to... This needs a combat entity to subscribe to, because... No, wait. But the field entity doesn't have the on... Ah! Ah, damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it. Public void subscribe to, and then this needs a subscribe is not 2 words. Actor dot now action ready to perform. Add listener. So the defense should expire when the... Oh no, it's... Fired before skill goes. Fired as actor is so it should be ready to act. However, that doesn't... Wait a minute. We do have a caster. Caster target bool is hit. So the actor would be not caster, target dot get component in battle actor. And I do want there to be a whatchamacallit, an error firing off if there's no in battle actor there, because that shouldn't be happening. expire after target caster action. Get private set equals false. Serialize field. Then and if it is a hit, then do it, and if it's a miss, then don't. Then wait, what am I doing? I've done and buggered it up again, haven't I? I can just do this. So this subscribe to, I don't need, or rather, okay, instead of subscribe to, we'll have this apply scaling. But then that would mean under apply to and apply temporary effect, then we'd have to change the effect itself, which would be its own, which means that the change would stick because it's in its own game object, which is we can apply temporary effect on this. So the timed behavior would have to make an effect timer. There's no two ways about it. No. No, when we generate the new things, we just basically duplicate this game object here. We duplicate the effects game object, then make the changes to the copy. So yes, that'd be fine to apply scaling on there. I think so if I apply This isn't a modify incoming damage effect, this would be an eye active effect. But then the this eye active effect though. If I rename this to eye battle effect. Apply scaling is not the correct thing. I just call it apply. That might be better. And keeps it consistent with this. Well, no, it's called apply to. Okay, so this is a combat entity effects. Hi Hilly, yeah. Lurking. I really should have planned this. It just feels like this combat entity is just acting as a facade for everything else, which is kind of what you should be doing. To do check if effect can be applied. We'll just return true for now. Okay. Before I forget as well. Right. Right, I think I am going to have to create a game object and then apply the components to it. I'll probably work on a pooling solution if it turns out that if we apply like one effect, it causes the game to chug, but I don't see that happening. It's when you're creating, several hundred game objects on the same frame, that's when you start having problems. So var effect object equals new game object. Effect object dot transform dot parent equals effect parent soon as field private transform effects parent. Really wish you could just have a game object without the transform and just have that as its sort of hierarchy like in Godot where you could just have base nodes, but I'm not going to complain too much. Wait a minute, you can't add... Shit. And Unity add component. Yeah, you've gotta add... Try get component, add... Unity move component between game objects. How to copy and move components between game objects and there's simply no way at the moment. Component instances are tied to their housing game objects. Components cannot be detached and attached to other game objects. Soon as complete the same object, copy all values over, destroy the old one. Unfortunate, but that's the way things go sometimes. I wonder... No, battle effect is just an apply to... public void populate component. Component. And then, but then we'll need to get the, oh, fuck. Modifier. Get component type. But then you, oh, fuck. If I generate the method there, that's not going to do anything because add component type, component type. Okay, so instead of having this in triangle brackets, we have this in regular brackets, like that. There is no corresponding method for removing a component. To remove a component, use object.destroy. Oh. So you can just, yeah, okay. Just destroy the components and it just destroys normally, and yeah. Right. So, how on earth do I? So I can't make a component I can't make a component by itself because the components by themselves are tied to game objects. So you can't just have a floating component. Which means that we need to create the effect object from there. So this temporary effect behavior though is not an iBattle effect. Right? Wait. the temporary effect behavior would also be an iBattle effect. Because effects are game objects. And so this effect would just be destroy the game object. So if I did this. Okay, I'm gonna make add to effect object game object. And these we can just set as abstract. But effect apply to. So in effect, okay, shit. Effect modifier, and the modifiers make up the effect, which means that we get rid of this. We just need to make an effect add to effect object, which also introduces a shite load of other compiler errors. So if we get rid of this. But then we add to the effects game object there, we still need to apply to the combat entity caster. This is annoying. This is very annoying. Okay, we'll just... No. Wait. Oh, I don't know, Okay, we'll put this back to how it was. iBattle effect. And then we create another interface called iPersistent effect. And iBattle effect does not have anything because... Why? Because it's called iEffect model. iBattle effect? Yes, it's right in here. And you know what? I'm going to put interfaces here. Put that there. And then we'll call, because this is still called iBattle effect, but the name for some reason hasn't whatever, updated. That's what I meant to say. Persistent battle effect. And then this temporary effect behavior is not the iBattle effect, but then isn't that, but it should be an effect modifier. So this should be iBattle effect, persistent battle effect. Add to effect object game object obj on there. Haven't had those Twitch spam bots in a while, but oh well, can easily get rid of them. So the temporary effect behavior. Persistent has a 2 T's in it. Oh. Another thing would be check. Something like check if should expire. So something like this. But the thing is, if we do it like that, we're going to need to be checking it. We'll be checking it every frame. And that's not what I want to do. That's not what I want to do. So what else? I know I need to do this by events because I don't want to be checking for expiring every frame, because that's just going to be way too expensive. On the other hand, it is checking if a float or an integer is less than 0, or if a Boolean value is whatever. So it might not be that expensive after all. And it's not like everybody's going to have like 6 effects on them at the same time. And even if they did, it's going to be... I know I'm talking myself into what might not be the best idea. But then the should expire needs to be on a timer, not this. And knowing Godot, we did we had these sorts of effects trackers as well as the effects. So, but I want to move away from that if possible. But it's looking like it might not be possible. What if the sort of temporary effect behavior, those generate a tracker objects. So the add to effect object would be on there. So we only need to have trackers. The only thing is it might be the worst of both worlds if we do that. Well, I'm not going to get anything done thinking about it. Okay, okay, no, it's this. There should be an effect class, another effect component that sort of organizes everything. So these sin damage effects should not be battle effects. The temporary effect behavior should be an eye effect modifier. No. We give it the game object and generate based on that. So then for each var modifier in effects parent dot, not effects parent, it's obj dot get components. But then there need to be types of battle effect. No. Modifier dot add to effect object effect obj, and they shouldn't be called modifiers, we'll call them effect. I don't know. It's temporary effect behavior, though. It's an effect modifier. It's not an effect by itself. However, this is. But then it'll just be a battle effect and a persistent battle effect, and then the persistent battle effect will be on here. Effect, add to effect object. Oh. Oh, I don't know. Okay, maybe get rid of the. No. So the modify incoming damage. Behavior. And then we. This is an active skill. But then the accuracy needs to be... Fuck. It is the attack, the accuracy needs to be on the thing, because if you're using a magic weapon, you want to have it to scale off focus as well. Because this isn't like Elden Ring, where it's action, and your hitboxes in relation to the enemy's hurt boxes or whatever you do with those are your accuracy, but we need a way of simulating that in a turn-based battle system, which means that we'll need to add a second set of scaling to the weapons. Which means that accuracy scaling needs to go into the damage effect as well, which is... fuck! My head hurts. This accuracy needs to go. It needs to go somewhere else. Or we just have the accuracy on the weapons and leave it at that. Which means that if you are wielding a sword and you use fireball, then that accuracy will be off the dexterity. What I could do, however, is... This is what I did in the Godot thing for a bit. Match weapon, which is not an ability score, but something else entirely. Okay, so this is an active skill, and the active skill has apply to get components in children eye battle effects, but then it's just going to get all the components from there. It's not going to go from there. So instead of these eye battle effects, we have just a battle effect class here. And then that would apply all of the things in there, which leaves a sort of separation. And therefore each effect, because then you have a base effect, and then you have any modifiers which like sort of scale off the strength or something like that. It's just And then the effect has a way to calculate the potency, which takes in all of them. You apply the thing that's in the thing with a given potency, and maybe a duration as well. If it's a I really should have planned everything out so I can just easily do this. This is not good content. Me thinking about stuff. Okay, I'm going to comment all of this out just to see how many compiler errors there are. Okay, that's 6 isn't too bad. You know, I'm going to go down and get myself a cup of tea because I really need to think. I'm thinking in circles at this point. I'm thinking in circles. If I ever change the scenery, I might come back with the answer. So it'll be about 5 minutes, and I'll see you soon. Okay, I'm back, and the only thing I've managed to think of is put the whole thing to one side and just make sure that attacking works, which is not the best. Not the best at all. What I could do is just create a new mono behavior script, battle effect. Put that in the skills folder. Then put all of these God damn it. Put all of these battle effects on. Oh yeah, we need to fix this. Fortunately, because these are interfaces, we don't need to remove the abstract for everything. Except this. We'll get rid of these. Come back to them later. These as well. So this game object might just be a battle effect then, and then maybe have persistent battle effect as a sort of subclass. Oh, here it is. That was on the other monitor. Okay, so still getting more. Bloody hell. Comment this out. Please let that be the last of it. Okay, this warning's beginning to annoy me. So we'll, oh. The field monster it's assigned but its value is never used. Well, it's going to be used in the future. Yep. Where's the suppress warning? Oh, whatever. Okay, battle effect. I call this abstract of class battle effect base. Public void can apply to combat entity caster, combat entity target, bool is hit. Okay, so that's just been your old eye battle effect. Then persistent battle effect. And I might have flubbed that. Yeah, I've put 2 T's in there. Oh well. That's not too bad. Then we need a way of private effect duration behavior. No. Duration behavior, something or other. So this should be also it's a subclass. Actually, you know what? I think I am going to have to make sure that the just the attacks work, and then we can work on blocking later. So this will be a battle effect on here. Which has a weapon scaling damage effect. Do we need him though? Because we've got these get increments insurance, so those are. For each var child in transform.get children. Oh, the system deprecated. Use child count instead. Okay. Let's see. If I roll hit, yeah, all returns on there, and then var child equals transform.getChildI. Then child.get component. But then we'll be going back to our iBattle effects. But we want the actual game object. Of course, we've gotten rid of iBattle effects, though. And then the rest would be a modifier, but then the... Oh. I really don't know. I really don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. I don't want to be creating game objects, though. Wait a minute. Potency. Potency modifier. But then I've screwed this up. I've definitely screwed this up. Right, trying to think what else should be doing. Battle, dummy model, presenter view, model. If I re-put these in. Then let's have this. Var modifier equals no. Potency modifier in and then the damage effect would actually be a hang on, I think I might have it. So this instead of having the eye battle effect here, we do have that, and then we can have the get modified potency, get modified duration, whatever, and then so skill model interfaces, instead of eye battle effects we get rid of these. Okay. Battle effect on here. Oh, of course. Screwed up. That's a. And then the battle effect is battle effect base, which is in turn a mono behavior. Okay. This like persistent battle effects we need to get rid of as well. And then we make some more eye potency modifier. Eye duration modifier. And then we can add to these as we need to. Public float get modified potency combat entity caster, combat entity target, or rather get potency modifier. And there. Get duration modifier. Caster combat entity target. You wouldn't think a turn-based battle system would be this complicated, but here we are. Then for each var modifier in get potency, sorry, get components, I potency modifier star equals mod dot get potency modifier caster target, and then for duration we can have that in. Right, I'm gonna chuck all these out then. Instead of I battle effect, I'll just be battle effect. Effect dot apply to caster target hit. Okay. Then the weapon scaling damage effect as well. You can just copy paste this in as well. Even though most of the time it's not going to have any pipe and modifiers anyway, which means that this is going to be of length 0, which means that none of this happens, which means also the modifier is going to be 1, which is fine. This isn't the 90s, we don't need to worry about floating point arithmetic. Oh, okay. Right, let's populate the rest of this. Actually, no, let's not. Wait, what am I talking about? Of course we should. All of these will only have one. Okay, switch row effect on there. It's going to. Let's make prefabs of all of these then. Skills, basic, attack, defend, weight. Switch row. Okay, that's fine. Monster spawn group test, which just has monster data, which is these, but we don't have the. No, just put the basic skills on them for the time being. We can just do that. Let's call this player battle entity. I'm still a bit iffy as to whether I need them both, but oh well. Because the only real difference is this in-battle actor. Sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ain't coming along. If by coming along I mean you mean me banging my head against a brick wall trying to get one thing to work, yeah. I'm still a bit iffy as to what the whole battle model is going to look like, so it's probably going to have to be I'm just going to implement the basic attack and then go from there. Just make sure the whole thing works. So we need an enemy battle entity. This would have been a combat entity 6 is in back row false. And then we can pool these actually. In battle actor. Resource, not resource bar. Entity resource. Also some ability scores would be helpful. Oh, there should be a way to set the ability scores on here. Apparently not. So all of these should be energy. So these will get populated at the start of battle, so we can have them at 0 for the time being. I just want them as... Normally you'd want them as read-only, but to be honest, I'm not that bothered. Entity info as well. So yeah, this combat entity class will act as sort of facade for all of this spaghetti. Okay. attack, defend, wait, switch row. Defend. Oh yeah, this needs an active skill as well. Murdex Misky, hey! Long time no see. Okay, defend. Where are the enemy? Taking half the damage until your next action. Delay modifier 1. Accuracy doesn't really apply. Yeah. Accuracy needs to be its own component, I reckon. Instead of being plonked into active skill. But yeah, we're going to do that later. Active skill. Yeah, I haven't streamed much over the past month due to a variety of things, but it's my New Year's resolution to stream at least once every 3 days. And if I can do it more. Wait for a moment. No, it's not wait for it. Delay your action for a brief moment. Delay modifier will be 0.1 and then it'll just do nothing. Yeah, base cast time 0. These need to be applied to the prefab. On there, switch row. Move from the front row to the back or vice versa. And this would have a delay modifier about a half. Okay. So if we go to active skill, we get rid of these offensive and defensive accuracies. And we can get rid of these as well. Then active skill, we can create a new modern behavior script. Skill, active skill accuracy. Actually, no, we can just have it that. And if it doesn't have it, then it'll be instant, not an instant hit. What's it? Automatic hit. So this should have the accurate. Oh, this. Okay. Get component. No. If try get components active skill accuracy, out accuracy, hit equals accuracy dot roll hit chance caster target else hit equals true. Right, and then go into active skill accuracy here. Private ability score, offensive accuracy, field, serialized field, private ability score, defensive accuracy, and instead of having match weapon, I'm probably going to make another. So an active skill accuracy base, active skill accuracy, and then active skill match weapon accuracy, or something like that. Accuracy match weapon. And then this get hit chance and roll hit chance will probably be abstract. No, the roll hit chance will be the same. This get hit chance will probably be an abstract, because we'll want to get the caster's equipped weapon as well. Right, basic skills. Active skills. Passive skills. Skill slot 0, 1, 2, 3. Skill slot, passive slot 0. I should probably leave the brackets in anyway. Ah well. Okay, this player field entity, select that. We can drag this enemy battle entity into here. Enemy field entities are probably going to be something similar, not something similar, what am I talking about? Okay. Combat entity battle index 6, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops. 5 for the front row, 1, 2, 3, 4 for the back. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 in, 13 in, 14 in, 15 in, back row. Okay, populate player party.populate from, and this gives us a not implemented exception, so let's do this then. And we'll have this player field party. Put this on the other monitor just so I know what's going on. What's going on? What the hell's my mic? Okay, apparently my mic's screwed up. Should have asked for a better mic for Christmas. Oh, hang on, let me just screw around with the filters on OBS. Okay. If I up the suppression level on the noise suppression, it jumps up a tiny bit, but then my speaking's fine. We'll try like that, and I'll keep one eye on the mic aux bar. It just sort of like wavers at the end when I stop speaking. It takes a while for it to cut out. That's really weird. Okay, we don't need this. Player field party, player party size, and then 4 I is less than player party size, and then I plus plus. Player party size on there. Populate from player party on party. No. Get child. No. var child object equals get child transform.get child. Just have a look at what this game object has. Okay. Var child entity equals child object dot get component combat entity. Is in back row equals party member equals party dot get member I party child there party member dot is in back row bar child info equals child object dot get component The more I'm thinking about this, the more I think that the field party and the battle party would just be the same object. But we'll see how quick this is, and then if it's too slow, we'll go back to the previous one. Or I might just go back to the previous one, just want one that works. Child object, get component. What was it? Oh yes, entity info. Child info dot entity name equals. Oh. So if we can't copy components over, the only thing that's missing from here is an in-battle actor, which we can just disable if we're out of combat. Because it saves us from having to do all of this populating every time you start a battle. So, I'm going to... Where's this player battle party? Delete it? Yeah. And then player field party. We rename this to just player party. And then, hang on, let's move this back. And before I forget, public on battle state changed bool in battle. This is a void. Members? No, it's for each var member in members underscore members. Member dot get component. No, if member dot try get wait, I'm being a dumb. I do want there to be an error if we don't have an in-battle actor. Member dot get component in battle actor dot in battle actor dot member equals no, it's enabled equals in battle. So on here, we add our in battle actor, but disable it because it gets want this dummy battle player party to simulate how the player party would look when it coming in, which is that battle model needs to change as well. No, we don't need to populate the player party anymore because we already have it. What I am going to do though is have a reference to it. Just make sure that that's that. Public will roll hit chance on there. Oh, battle model. Ah, yes. Public. That's fine. Party dot on battle state change true. It's Sandstorm that's playing. It's giving me a coding buff. Populate enemy party is just enemy party dot populate from the monster group, which is not implemented exception. So this is something we are going to have to populate. So our monster battle party has that on there. Public const, not public, private const integer back row start equals 1 2 0 1 2 3 4 5 6. Get set size. Now I take this in and just plonk this on the other monitor. Okay. Size equals monsters dot get spawn, get monster count. For each var front I equals 0. For each var monster in monsters dot get front row. front I equals no. Entity equals that. Entity dot populate from. So it's this enemy battle entity here. So entity dot get component entity info dot bar info equals this info dot entity name equals monster. No, it's not monster. It's yes, it is. Yes, yeah, it is monster. Monster.data.name. Oh. Monster data, and then this monster data has... of course. Make these all public. String monster name, get set, private set. Okay, that's that sorted. Go back into here, monster.data.monster name, info dot action list sprite. Combat sprite equals monster data monster battle sprite. Info dot action list sprite equals monster dot data dot we're gonna have to populate everything else though. Their ability scores, their resources, and what they need and what they have to know. Yes, because the monster data doesn't have the app scores. And even if it did, you'd have to have the skills on there as well. So just the resources and what have you. So, what I think I might do instead is, instead of having monster data as a scriptable object, just have it as a prefab. So this monster spawn item struct entity monster prefab. I'm not entirely sure why I did this, why I did it the previous way before. This monster data we can get rid of. Then yeah, all of these, get rid of them. And instead, monsters. Prefab variant. And then all we have to do is just set these in. All we need to do is create them and then set their battle index as we need to, and this. So if we go back into our, hang on, we'll do this with the Lamia. Monster spawn item does not contain a definition for data. That's, yeah, okay, fine. We don't need this. We don't need the entity either. What we could use, however, no wait, we don't. Monster spawn group, monster spawn item, which has this combat entity, monster prefab, which has in the back row. And then we can set the battle indexes from where our front eyes are. So monster prefab instantiate combat entity bar entity equals instantiate combat entity monster prefab. Transform entity dot battle index equals front eye. No, wait, it'd be front row index start. Front row start is 6. And then 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Got too many. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this will be what? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 11 should be starting at the back. Back row start is 11. Set accessories inaccessible. That's fine. We can easily fix that. Entity is in back row equals false because we're going from the back row, and then front eye plus plus. Front row start plus front eye. Then we'll do the same for the back row. Oh yeah, also, if front eye is greater than 4, yeah, debug.log error. There are more than 5 monsters in the front row. If back eye is less than greater than 3, debug log error. There are more than 4 monsters in the back row. Back I equals 0. Back I is in back row is true. I can spell correctly. Back I plus plus. I think that's it. So this enemy party we can just wait for it. This enemy party we can just yeet, and this player party we can yeet also. So it's just this enemy party we want. Right, player party needs 6 of these. I'm just putting random guys in there. Random sprites. Flayon can be the mushroom guy, and I need a square one. The star. Because it's special. No, I can't say that. Like a turtle. Shinri. T-Rex. Why not? I really need to get an artist on board. Right, where's the not implemented exception? Arable item parent of action queue viewers not been assigned. The object you want to instantiate is null in this. Oh? Oh. some reason I got deja vu on that, even though I haven't. Monster Battle Party CS21. Monster Pre, of course. Because yeah, these combat entities are nothing. Blah, blah, blah. Lock this. Assets. Prefabs. Entities. Monsters. 3 lamias. And one of them in the back row. When we go into here, the lamia will have that. Combat sprite. This. Entity resource. It's 50 by 50 and 10, 10 and the energy. Entity ability scores needs to be set as well. This is why it's not showing serializable. Okay, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Decidedly average. Player. Get rid of this player battle entity as well? Question mark? No. Yes, we can. Player entity, player field, and then this we can add entity ability scores. Make these guys decidedly average as well. So if I go back into the scene, app score list rule, yep. Right. Okay. Popular player party index out of range. Get member I. Okay. Index out of what? Okay. Yeah. The battle view, which is this. Needs to have, yeah, all of the okay, enemy front row 5, 4, 6. Right, player party member. In retrospect, it may have been easy to write a enemy displays class, but that's fine. Wait. Why am I putting the front row in the back row? 3, 4, and the action queue is here. Right, player entity battle view populate. Aha. Okay, var info equals combat entity dot get component entity info. Set character portrait info dot combat sprite. Set health health equals combat entity dot health. Then set health dot current value. It should really be an opening new window for this. It saves me having to F12 it and go from there. Okay. Public entity resource health. I should probably have these as properties with a private setter like the previous one, but oh well, that's technical debt. Current amount. Why does it say amount and not value? Energy equals combat entity dot energy set energy dot current amount. And yeah, there's only 3. There's only 3 here. Sprite, HP, MP. Okay, let's see what's broken now. Yeah, you can see everyone's got their sprite set up. Okay, that's all well and good, but the HP and MP are being set, which is 30. Yes. This is supposed to be 30 and not... Hang on. Oh, I think I know why. Health dot max amount equals... Wait, no, the max amount's already been set by the end... Oh, I haven't set the max value. Damn it. Okay. HP bar dot max value equals health dot max amount HP bar dot current amount. MP bar dot max value equals energy dot max amount. MP bar dot target value equals energy dot current amount. Okay. Play. Okay. We've set the max amount, but the current amount's not working. The current amount's not a thing. I think I know why. Okay. Just get rid of these. Get set. Get set. These will both be public. Put all these together. Have that change speed there. Okay, so the target value will be current value. Set that to max. Why are we? Hey, it works. So yeah, their HPs are being shown and the MPs are being shown. I just want to make a check of one small thing. I set the target value. The current value should go up over a small period. And it does. Okay, that's good. I can put this back to current value. Right, what else is not implemented? The enemy entity battle view now needs to be populated. Right, so it's populated from the monster spawn item. However, I reckon we need to use it from the combat entity. So, combat entity monsters, and yeah, this needs to be rewritten. Right. For each bar enemy in monsters. If if enemy dot battle index is less than 11, no. If it's greater than or equal to monster battle party dot front row start. No, if it's greater than back row start, then we put it in the back row, and then else if front row. Enemy back row, enemy dot battle index minus this dot populate enemy, else if enemy dot battle index is greater than or equal to monster battle party dot front row start. Enemy front row battle index minus that populate enemy, else debug.log error unexpected battle index enemy battle index enemy dot battle index. There we go. Okay. Cannot convert from monster spawn group to battle into. It's just this one. I don't want to talk to the. I don't want to populate directly from the model because that will break the separation of concerns. Okay, monster battle party monsters, and then enemy monster entities equals monsters dot all entities generate this property. Get components in children. No, wait, it's just combat entities. And then at the end of this, combat entities equals get components in children. Combat entity. Then we'll make this private. And there we go. Just make sure that this is a combat entity array. Null reference in here, enemy party. Oh yeah, we've renamed enemy party, so we need to rejig that up. Okay. Enemy entity battle view populates stairs and ring. Why is this at 0? Hang on. Battle presenter 14. The populate player party's in here. Why is it 0? Oh, I think I know why. Targets. There we go, that sorts that out. Right, now we can move on to this. Populate enemies. Okay, enemy sprite dot. No, wait, we can do this the same as from here. Var info equals monster dot get component entity info. Enemy sprite dot sprite equals info dot combat sprite. HP bar dot not broadcast message, it's current value equals var current health equals monster dot health. health dot current amount, HP bar dot target value equals health dot current amount, HP bar dot max value equals health dot max amount. Okay, what do we got now? Okay, another not implemented exception. Battle presenter 21. Oh, okay, so we've gone back to the end. One thing is, though, is that the one in the previous battle just aren't bleh. I wanted to hide the ones that aren't put in. Trying to think where the hell I should put it. No, it's in battle view. Battle view. Right, popular enemies is on there. This is not the best way of doing it, but I'm tired, so it'll have to do. Game object. Oh. Oh? Oh, of course. One dot game object dot set active false. If I set them all to false. Wait. I don't need to set them all to false. Dot game object dot set active true. Okay, so the spawn items has one of them in the back row. So okay, so there should be one in the back row, but its battle index is 6 apparently. So its battle index isn't being set. That's really odd. Combat. Where I'm looking for combat entity. Oh, it's on here. It's on the other monitor. Right, battle index references. Let's see. Monster. Oh, of course. This needs to be back row start. That's the main pitfall of copy and pasting things. There we go. You see you've got 2 in the front row and 1 in the back row. And as you can see that this one is slightly smaller than that, which gives a sort of a perspective effect. Because you can't really... This is all an overlay canvas. So yeah, back row, you can see the scale here is 0.9. Okay, that'll do for today. It is getting late. So tomorrow well, hopefully I'll be streaming tomorrow, and if I am, it'll be this action bar at the top here. Basically shows the action order. So yeah, I'll do it for today, as I've said. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day wherever you are in the world, and I shall see you soon.